Welcome to today's Farm Life. I'm Doug Cunningham. Had a chance to catch up with South Dakota Congressman Dusty Johnson. I wanted to cover some of the national issues that I felt facing producers here in South Dakota. And now I've heard rumblings personally of the new Biden administration's plans of possibly reworking various taxes on producers, such as the estate tax, or even some call it the death tax. According to Johnson, that's where I started with Congressman Johnson, he didn't expect anything like that to happen.
I haven't heard anything, Doug, and I don't know how likely anything like that would be to get through Congress. I mean, you'd need to secure 60 votes in the Senate. I think most producers I talk to are really focused on market access, trying to make sure we continue the momentum that we built up in the last few years and opening up new markets for our ag products, and then also making sure that we don't backslide. I mean, we've got a lot more regulatory flexibility in recent years. Things like WOTUS have been pushed to the wayside. We want to make sure those things don't come sneaking back.
Okay, I know I hear a lot about the $600 check and the $1,200 checks and all of that kind of thing. Let's go a little deeper than that. Are there programs in this new government funding or for the folks that are for producers?
Yeah, in the COVID relief package, there was some money for ag producers. We are still in a soft price environment, more so on the livestock side than on the row crop side. But certainly COVID has increased that kind of downward pressure on price. So there is some relief. That's going to look a lot like CFAP. The economists at USDA will need to figure out exactly how to distribute that funding and to whom and to what degree. But there will be an extra shot of relief headed out toward ag producers.
As far as just changing gears a little bit, as far as ethanol, any predictions for the upcoming Congress?
Well, I think, during the last, in the last 2 years, we have really struggled with small refinery exemptions, SREs, and really battled EPA that seemed like they were not that big a fan of biofuels. We've gotten a little more certainty on that front, but we certainly don't want to lose any of the ground we have fought so hard to win. It also comes down to market access. There are a lot of countries that do everything they can to keep American biofuels out of their country, and we want to fight and win. We know that when American producers and American processors have an opportunity to compete on a fair playing field, they win way more than their fair share, and that's what we want to see.
Anything that you predict up and coming that might take producers by surprise in the upcoming Congress that we really maybe should be watching for?
But the only big piece of ag legislation that has to pass Congress this year is mandatory price reporting, which has a big impact on the livestock side. We're still a few months away from having any, real movement on that. I've been pushing to try to address some of the weaknesses we have in the livestock market. I have my Price Act, which is 12 different ideas that I think collectively would make an impact and would help producers get a fair shake. Things like allowing small processors the ability to sell across state lines. This pushes back on some of the near monopoly we have with 4 packers controlling 85% of the market. We also want to provide producers a little more flexibility in how they're able to access forage on some of that prevent plant cover crop land.
That is South Dakota Congressman Dusty Johnson talking with me on some of the issues on the national level that seem to be either in the news or making the news right here in our own backyard. Remember, as the new Congress and the new administration gets underway, I will be keeping a very, very close eye on some of the issues that I feel are important to our way of life. You can trust us here at Today's Farm Life to get you the answers and the details. Be sure to subscribe and follow our page. You can also send us story ideas here at today'sfarmlife@gmail.com. Until next time, thanks for joining me. I'm Doug Cunningham.